The Siege community has spoken, and Ubisoft is actually listening. When they revealed Year 10 Season 4 the other day, they mentioned a couple things coming in Year 11 that are very, very exciting changes for Siege, and today they posted a tweet showing all the details so that we can take a look at exactly what's coming in Year 11 and kind of what proves to be Ubisoft actually listening to the community. You can see here in Week 1 of the season launch, we're going to have the seasonal features, the major balancing update, ranked map rotation, targeted map update, and weekly Siege Cup. So what does this actually mean? So this will be like when the game actually comes out, we're going to have the major balancing update. So they're actually going to change up the balancing of the game, similar to the way we saw with Year 10 Season 4, where they updated all of the hard breachers, made a ton of different changes, and actually shaked up how the game's going to feel. I think this is excellent. I think this was what we need more of in the game, so that the game actually feels fresh and new. So, you know, yes, we can try to tackle the cheating situation, but at the end of the day, even if there is cheaters, there's really nothing that's changed about the game in the past 2 years. Like, besides the occasional update, the occasional operator, the game has felt the same. There's been nothing new to actually approach to the game. So at least this way, we can play casual, we can play unranked, and the game will actually feel different. It'll feel new, and there'll be stuff to actually solve and entertain us. So I'm actually a really big fan of this, and, you know, at this point, I've kind of lost hope in cheating situation altogether. Whether they fix the cheaters or not, I think this is a way that we can still enjoy the game without having to really crutch or rely on rank to carry it forward. So major balancing update, fantastic. That's only in Week 1, but we're also going to get one in Week 7. You can see on the bottom left there, that major balancing update there as well. So not once, but twice a season, they're going to drop these major balancing updates that actually shake up the core mechanics of the game. But that really depends on what they mean by major. Like, I would consider this season's update, Year 10 Season 4's update, major balancing changes. A lot of things change, multiple operators, meta-defining changes that actually makes the game completely different. So if they continue with this kind of philosophy and this kind of style, I think this is going to be very, very excellent for Year 11. Now, heading back to Week 1, when the season launches, we have a ranked map rotation. We see this in Year 10 Season 4 with Fortress coming in, Emerald Plains going out, just to change up what maps we're actually playing. I think this is great as well. You know, at this point, I'm more for what is fun in the game and what keeps things new and fresh, rather for what's the most competitively viable. Because at the end of the day, we can make whatever maps we're playing competitive. It just comes down to how much you're willing to change and adapt. And I think adaptability is going to be the key of success in ranked moving forward. We're going to have weekly Siege Cups throughout the entire seasons of Year 11, so that's great. I mean, Siege Cups, I haven't really played them. I think the rewards are kind of dog shit. I think they really need to improve on the actual rewards for Siege Cup in order to be more enticing. But at the same time, every time you play Siege Cups, there's cheaters in it. So why would I play the Siege Cup? I mean, the Siege Cup would be great in theory if these two things got fixed. It made it actually competitive, made it actually like exciting and fun to win. Right now, I don't see a lot of incentive to playing it, especially when it's at like 9 p.m. at night, and I'm like, I'm ready for bed, dude. I'm not hopping on Siege Cup right now to go play some cheaters. So I think there is some issues with Siege Cup still. I think it's a great concept, great idea, just a lot of improvement that needs to happen. So this isn't really a key point for me and not something I'm really too excited about, but it's there if you're interested. Now, the big new thing here is the targeted map update, which means they will be updating a map to be slightly new or slightly different. At least they mentioned bomb site rotation, so making new bomb sites on maps so you can play new sites in the game. The map doesn't play the same way. If you're attacking a different way or defending a different area, the map is going to feel different playing it. That, or they're going to be adding like a new wall and removing certain doorways and changing where the windows are. So these small competitive changes to the map that make it different to play is going to be really exciting and really fun. That way they don't have to rework an entire map in order to have something new in the game. So this targeted map update is going to be really, really cool, and I'm really excited to see what they do. I just hope they do it enough. Like, I hope they do it more than once a season. I think this is something they could do twice a season to maps to keep it more kind of interesting. But if they're releasing new maps at the same time that they're doing this, I think it'll be fine. It doesn't seem to me like that's the case. It doesn't really look like they're going to be working on more maps right now. Like, it doesn't seem like a priority. But if they are doing the targeted map update, I would like to see a new map as well once in a while, just because otherwise it kind of feels like a little bit lazy, I want to say, especially because we haven't got much map content in the past few years. Like, Lair came out 2 years ago, and that was our first like new map before the Fortress rework. So I don't really know. But I think this is a cool way to kind of improve the game and make it more fun. So that's just when the season drops in Year 11. So I believe this will start Year 11 Season 1. It does say to come later in Year 11, months. So I don't know if that means like later in year 11 that this is going to actually be implemented, or if like it's coming in year 11. I don't really know what this means, like later from now or later in year 11, like later in the year. But I mean, why not just put it in now? That's my question. Either way, whatever, it's going to be cool. Once you head to week 4 of the new season, you're going to get refined balancing. So they're going to do this major balancing update, and they're going to dial it in a bit by week 4. They're like, okay, maybe this was too OP, maybe this wasn't buffed enough, and then they'll refine it, make it better, make it good, make it fair, and that's when you're going to see a lot of these adjustments being made, which I think is going to be great. So they're actually acting on these changes a lot sooner. Before, we'd have to wait a whole season or 2 whole seasons for them to, change a buff that they did and be like, oh, we should maybe not do it that crazy because this guy's been OP for 6 months, or this guy's been garbage forever. Nah, who's been garbage for like fucking 3 years, whatever. Anyway, so that'll be good that they're kind of acting on it a little quicker. I think this is a great position here in week 4 after they felt it out for a few weeks in the season. My question here is, do we need the test server in this case? Like, do we need to test these changes before? I know the test server is just for more so for bugs and stuff, but really at this point, the past few test servers haven't had any like game breaking bugs for the past few years. So it's like, I get the point of the test server, but it does feel like it kind of kills the hype of the new season when you have this big reveal and it's super exciting, and then you go into a test server for 2 weeks and people kind of lose the hype by the time the new season actually comes out. I would like to see the test server be abolished and drop the new season the second the major ends. Build off that hype, drop the new season, everybody gets it right away, everybody's excited about the game because of the hype of the major, and then we just go into it. And the bugs, there's a bit of bugs. A lot of the time I find the test server doesn't actually get rid of most of the bugs anyway. So I personally just think the test server is kind of like something we could scrap, especially if we're going to be changing the balancing so soon after the new season drops. Now, week 4 is also when we'll get an in-game event. So to think of your Rainbow is Magic, your Western Cowboy Pistol-Off thing, all the events. I don't play the events. I don't like them. I think they're boring. I don't know. I just don't like them. But if you like the events, they're coming in week 4 every season. So there you go. Now, you will also be getting these in-game events in week 10. So week 4 and week 10 are the 2 weeks that the in-game events will show up. I'm assuming they'll still last the same amount of time, which is usually like 2 weeks to 3 weeks, maybe. I think it's 2 weeks. Not entirely sure. But yeah, that'll be in week 4 and week 10. Now, then we get our second big update in week 7. So it's been almost 2 months since the release of the new season at this point, and you will see major balancing update number 2. Like we already mentioned, another big balancing update, making the game feel fresh, making the game feel new, really making it exciting. But we also have top of the ladder coming in, which is like that new rank system thing, I think. I don't know. So you have about those first 7 weeks to get to champion, and then if you're champion, you can play in the top of the ladder, which seems to be some sort of like competition amongst champions, so battling it out in the most competitive form of ranked ever, very moderated in terms of bans and cheaters. So anybody cheating in top of the ladder is going to be executed pretty quick. It sounds like manually banned, taken out. It's going to be taken very seriously by Ubisoft, it seems. Now, that's what they're saying. Again, hard to, live off the empty promises of Ubisoft, but if this is the case, this will be extremely competitive, extremely fun, and I am very excited to see what is actually coming with top of the ladder. So that's in year 11 still. We are just talking year 11 today, but it's still something to really get excited about. Hopefully, not too excited because we don't want our hopes and dreams to get crushed and be completely disappointed, but if this works out, I think it's going to be a really, really cool system and something really exciting for these top ranked players to look forward to and to enjoy every season. Something new about the week 7 update that we haven't been getting right now as well is another ranked map rotation. So this is twice a season. It'll switch out maps, put in new ones, filter them out. I wonder if this means that we'll have less maps in ranked, because if we have like a 9-map rank pool similar to Pro League, then we can switch out the other maps as they go, because right now the rank pool is so large that there's not many other maps that we would actually want in ranked, right? There's a lot of casual maps that might not be ideal in ranked, and if they're putting these in ranked, like if the plane comes back to ranked, I'm not going to want to play it really. It's just not as competitive and not as fun as the other maps for me personally, and I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. I wouldn't be entirely against it. Like, I would still learn them, I would still try on them, but I just feel like it would build a little bit of frustration as I actually play them, of just like, wow, this map is actually just garbage. I shouldn't be playing it. And I think that could build some resentment, so hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it is just like the smaller ranked map pool, because also like learning every single map in the game is a big time commitment for some people, and if you haven't played the game for all 10 years, you might not know all of the maps. You might have only committed limited to learning the rank maps or only the casual maps. So it could be hard for some players if the map pool is, picking from every single map in the game. And then as we move towards week 10, we have, again, some refined balancing from that major balancing update a few weeks prior, and then our in-game event and the weekly Siege Cups continue. So I think this is a great way to approach new season content and just constantly have content throughout the season. So to me, all of this says, yeah, we hear you, we're listening, and we are working on the things that you guys are wanting, which is more content, bigger updates, bigger changes, shaking it up. Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting to hear. It seems like all of the things we've been saying, Ubisoft says, yeah, we're listening. And they always say, yeah, we're listening, but this time we feel heard, especially from them giving these updates and giving us the communication to say, hey, we are actually working on these things. Here's the proof. Here's what we're working on. We're showing you where we're going, what the future holds. And that's something new for Ubisoft. Usually they keep it all behind the curtain. They don't tell us. They just say, hey, wait for this. It's going to be good. Trust us. Just trust us. We're not going to tell you anything, but trust us. And that's not great. That's not a great way to communicate, especially when people do trust you and then your thing ends up being crap, like Siege X and Dual Front and all this stuff that they're like, hey, just trust us, guys, and then we trust them and then we're like pissed, you know what I mean? So we've been through the cycle before, but this time it seems like they're like, hey, okay, we're not going to tell you to just trust us. We're going to show you what we're working on, get your feedback before we actually put it in the game, and then we will put it in the game probably still anyway. But at least it's good, right? At least it's good. So I think it's good. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm pretty excited for the future of Siege, and this is really this year 10 season 4 reveal and the year 11 notes and the things they've talked about has really made me excited about Siege again and made me excited about what the future holds for this game. So happy anniversary to Siege. 10 years of Siege. It's been great, and I think the next 10 years will be even better. So get excited, guys. Not too excited, but get excited. And appreciate you watching. Let me know your thoughts on this, and we'll see you on the next one.